what seems to be overrated until you actually try it. 2 things: work boots/shoes and quality underwear. If you work on your feet, do not skimp on your footwear. It saves on fatigue and body aches just for starters. I'm currently wearing the ugliest pair of boots I've ever owned, just because they were the most comfortable pair I tried on while shopping. They are work boots. Who gaff what they look like? They will be filthy on the first day at a construction site. As far as the underwear, once you wear a good quality pair, you'll never want to go back. Getting skincare that actually works for you instead of whatever is convenient. I had terrible acne for years and I would just use whatever skincare I got my hands on instead of finding something that actually cleared up my skin. Good headphones. You'll hear little nuances in music you've heard hundreds of times before but didn't notice. On this note, any form of a good sound system. When my husband and I were in high school, we had extra time and money because no responsibility. We both put good sound systems in our cars. He's an electrical engineer now, go figure, and loved engineering sound systems. That would be really great for each of our cars. It was like a freaking dream come true. I loved getting in my car for my commute to work every morning because listening to music in there was unlike anything else. We sold my car and his is now just a toy. It's a Jeep, so neither of us have great sound systems now and it really is sad. The first time I ever heard a good surround sound system, I was freaking blown away. One of my friends growing up came from a wealthy family that had a home theater. I brought my box over and we played Halo 3 on it. I could feel the explosions and the vibrations from the vehicles zooming by, and it was crazy to me how the vehicles that were behind my character actually sounded like they were behind me. It felt like I was actually there. Hiring movers. I used to pride myself in my moves, but that was just me and my stuff from one bedroom to another. When I got married, we started renting our own apartments and the stuff accumulated over the years. When we moved to New York City, we hired my buddy's moving company, and it was amazing. When we moved apartments the next year, we hired another company, and it was so nice not having to move a single thing up the stairs. We have not moved in 6 years now, and I hope we won't have to anytime soon, but we will 100% pay the extra hundreds of dollars to not schlep couches and dressers. 100% my friend. Having moved apartments 4 times and hating every single minute of it, I decided when I bought my house that I would pay a company to do it. The $300 I paid was so worth it. Just the thought of having to move all of my stuff now gets me irritated. Getting a good massage. I was almost 30 and had never had one before, and I didn't really care to anyway, but my girlfriend found a deal for a couple's massage on Groupon at some crappy hole in the wall place, so we went. It was a terrible massage, and I left feeling worse than when I came in. I thought my apathy towards massages had been confirmed. A while later my back was really hurting, so I decided to maybe give it one more shot at a nicer place. This time it was amazing, and so peaceful I almost fell asleep. I walked out the door with no back pain, and feeling completely refreshed. I'm glad I gave it a second chance. A bad massage will make you wish you'd left bad enough alone. A good massage will make you wonder why you didn't get one sooner. A great massage will find incipient problems you didn't know you had, so you can work on fixing them before they hurt. And a great one usually costs no more than a good one. Actually spending time improving your relationships with family and friends. The older I get, the more I regret not having spent more time with family and friends. I can imagine I became much closer and active with my parents, for example, after my daughter was born. Since I have not been that close with my parents for the last 10 years, that's when I understood that they are fantastic people and I've been missing out on a lot of love and warmth. Finding something you truly enjoy. For me, although I suck, it's third modeling. So go out there and try out some hobbies. You never know what you'll like. Sucking is the first step towards being sort of good. I cannot emphasize this enough. A quality pillow. Can confirm. Due to being born poor, I had the same pillows for far longer than I should have. I'm talking you might as well sleep on an empty pillowcase levels of used pillow. When I finally got a job that paid a decent wage, the first thing I brought was a pillow. That was the best investment in my life. I had those same pillows growing up. Pillows were never replaced in my house, and me being the youngest of 8 kids, I got the flattest one. My hubby turned me on to the joys of a great pillow. Never knew I was missing out while growing up. Exercising regularly. Having an actually reasonable sleep schedule. Treating your mental health right. Pretty much just treating yourself well. Or AE. It seems cliche and overdone, at least in US, but for good reason. I used to wonder why people would fly so long just to go to the beach when FLOCA is so much closer. It's a true cultural experience, not just beaches and tropical drinks. You sound like me. I never wanted to go. We were trying to find somewhere to go for our honeymoon and a travel agent friend suggested Hawaii. I scoffed and my wife really was into it. I said fine, let's do it, not sure I'm gonna enjoy it much though. We went for 2 weeks, hit 3 islands, Oahu, Big Island, Maui, and I have thought about going back every day since, almost 10 years ago. There is just something about it that gets into your soul. Pearl Harbor, Diamond Head, North Shore, Hana Highway, Black Rock, Kilia, Kona, the food is amazing, meates are heaven sent, and the scenery is always beautiful. I thought to look at the starry sky is boring, but in fact it is very beautiful. When I was a child, my dad taught me about the constellations and bird watching. He said if you know the stars and birds, you'll never be bored wherever you go. He was right. Also, plants. Once I started learning to identify them, I was amazed by how many different species of wildflowers are just everywhere. Yes. Once you know what you're seeing, it's anything but boring. I took a walk with a friend a while ago, and he was blown away when I pointed out that skunk cabbage was pollinated by flies. Its flowers stink, it has contractile roots that pull it downward, and it creates its own heat to grow up out of the snow. Not to mention all the different uses and histories of all the individual plants. Tailored clothing. You can have just about any body shape, but when you have it tailored to your actual size, you go from looking okay to looking amazing. Adding on to this, I like to wear denim. Specifically Levi denim. It's expensive buying new, and being a tall guy makes it tough. I go to thrift shops and pick up a pair for $15, one size too big, bring it to a tailor, and have it hemmed for $15. Best fit and so durable. I've had people ask me how I can afford it with my income, and when I tell them, they always say the same thing: that's a great idea. I also have a big chest and wide shoulders, so the denim jackets rarely fit right. So I find some that are too big and get them fixed. Yoga and meditation. It's ridiculous how hard it can be to just sit within yourself, but once you've done it and found the quiet, it's hard to stay away. I was gonna say this also. The thing is, you get better at it the more often you do it, and what begins as almost a chore evolves into something you look forward to because you know how great you're gonna feel afterward. Meditation definitely improves over time. A lot of people think they can't do it because they start with their brain going a mile a minute, but that's perfectly fine. If you catch your mind wandering, just bring yourself back to the meditation. It can take weeks or months to clear your mind for even just 10 minutes, but it's so worth it in the long run. I'm assuming golf, considering how freaking boring it seems, and how much people who play love it. Can confirm. I'd rather watch paint dry than watch golf, but playing with friends or family, and it can be a really fun thing. To be fair, doing anything with friends/family can make it fun, to include watching paint dry. Recently painted a room in my house and invited my friends over to watch it dry. Nobody came. Was bored. Not being piss poor. Now I'm lower middle class, and that money makes all the difference in the world for my health and happiness. Who would have thought? Money can't buy happiness should really be money can't guarantee happiness all the time for everyone, because holy shit can a little money buy a lot of happiness when you have none. Like my mom always says, money can't buy happiness, but it's a good down payment. Nice crap for yourself like a shower head, nice sheets, matching cups, a good wardrobe, healthy meals, exercise. When you put together any one part of this, it seems like nothing, but after 9 months and you've improved all of these small things, your life will feel way better and your dates and friends will really notice. Getting a dog or any pet. I used to scoff at dog owners talking about how much they love their dogs. I acknowledge that, but I don't really understand how can anyone's love for dogs surpass everything else? This just seems so overrated, and I think I can do without it. Thanks. This is until I have my own. I cannot imagine a day without him. I work hard to give him a good life. I make sure he eats and exercise as well as I do. I cry when he's hurt and laugh when he's happy. I love my dog. Come scoff at me. High refresh rate monitors. You think you know what smoothness is until you get one of these. Then you look back at 60 Hz and wonder how you ever found that smooth in the first place. Putting salt and pepper on a sandwich. Life changing. That's brilliant. I'm going to have to try that edit. It's horrible on PBJ 2/10. Cleaning. Everyone thinks this is a chore, but there's actually great benefits when you clean your house and your bedroom. You get some exercise, plus you actually have a lot more space, plus it's good for your health. Trampoline parks. Took my toddler and wife to one for a kids party. We were out doing errands before, so we showed up early. I had no intention of doing that childish stuff. It costed close to the same to buy an hour for the family as it did just for one toddler, so we said what the heck. Turns out that I haven't had that much fun in a while and really needed that time with my family. We have been stressed out about buying a house, switching jobs, cut in pay, etc, etc. But instead of suffering through a toddler birthday party like I expected, my wife, Kit, and I had a blast with each other, just jumping and playing, and I felt like a kid again. Not many other parents really did it that much, and we were definitely going at it the most. I felt a little self-conscious being all sweaty and out of breath, but then I looked over at my family having such a good time and I instantly said fuck it again, and we were going at it until they called time on our hour that we bought, and we reluctantly vacated the trampoline area. Saving money while young. Me and my husband were always seen as super boring when we were young because we both individually loved to save money. We still went out but just spent very little. No alcohol, no smoking, no drugs, no makeup, no expensive restaurants, always find vouchers, etc. But we saved enough to buy a home with a 50% deposit in our 20s, which means a tiny mortgage. That now means that we can live very comfortably off one average income and still save for whatever we want to do. Trust me, start saving now. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, you can check another video.